Play fake, Bledsoe looking, and he's dropped by guess who?
Today, our goal is to take some of the existing diagnostic testing that were performed in New York with Dr. Marcus and then go over some other diagnostics today to create a baseline. Today, we're going to focus on the musculoskeletal, the nutrition, and understanding really where they fall within their sphere of their own wellness. They'll be graded today. So every one of them will receive a letter grade. And over the next 3 to 6 months, we're going to do our best to really try to improve their wellness score.
Yes.
Our goal today was to obviously go through some of the advanced diagnostic testing. Today, now at lunch, you're going to just get a snapshot of what one of the grades are based on some of the questionnaire and some of the physical challenges that you did. Dr. Marcus and myself and Jackie as well are going to compile all of the medical data that you did both in Manhattan and here and put that together into one comprehensive binder that will show you all of the diagnostic results as well as our interpretation of then some action steps necessary to move forward. Today you already received some action steps from nutrition in regards to some proper food combining and some small changes to make. Those will be enhanced as we go forward. We also are going to be talking a little bit more about some of the stretches and other exercises that can be done to help alleviate some of the quad tightness that we saw. It seemed to be literally everyone in the group had more quad tightness than hamstring tightness, and usually we see that the opposite. We see a lot more hamstring tightness than we do quad tightness. So I'm not sure if it's just the athletic population that we're dealing with and you're all quite gifted in that you've been able to play all these years, and we're seeing it in that you have great strength in your quads, but the little bit of weakness that's causing them to contract. And so we'll see that as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand out your scores, then we'll individually sit down and go over specifics one-on-one. So, Harry, as we see the breakdown, there's a metabolic score, a cardiovascular score, a musculoskeletal score, and a nutrition score. All of those are individually graded with then a total score given. Now, we'd like to be able to utilize what we've learned over these diagnostic tests and now over the next 3 to 4 months as we start to change some of your habits and increase these scores. We know that the nutrition is going to improve because you're going to be eating the appropriate serving. I wanted you all to take a look at the score on the front of the page, and at first blush, what are your thoughts? Is it what you expected?
Well, I had no expectations, so I just came in here with an openness to, take in whatever it is. And if I need to improve in any area, I'm willing to do that.
Very good. Joe?
When you get an F, it's never a good thing. Musculoskeletal, I got an F, so.
Was it an F plus?
No, it's not an F plus, an F.
Straight F.
Straight F.
So
It's healthy F.
I've never understood every minus and plus except an F.
It's a healthy one.
So muscular, your movement?
Yes. So it's what we saw in regards to your ability to move, your flexibility, some of the measurements that were taken, as well as some of the challenges that we asked you to perform.
I have a question.
Of course.
The metabolic.
Yes.
It's a comparison against what?
These numbers, actually, this is developed down at the University of Miami by Wes Smith. And so over the years, he's created these algorithms where he's actually perfected these numbers.
Really?
Yes.
So these numbers were perfected using individual sets of equipment. And what he found is that by going through a specific series of questions and challenges, he can get very, very specific to over 90+% accuracy without having to do the dunk tank for your body fat measurements or some of the more aggressive means of understanding, just by going through those questions that were asked on the iPad, as well as the challenges that were offered in some of the
Neat stuff.
musculoskeletal. So what we talked a little bit about earlier in that data acquisition.
These are guidelines, and there's other testing,
Flexible.
as Dr. Ferraro would agree, there's other testing that tested the cardiovascular system or other systems that tests different things too. So this is sort of it's a very well-rounded exam that we did on all you guys. So for example, one can have a test for your cardiovascular that's consistent with having some blockages, but still have a very good VO2 max, indicating that your cardiovascular circulatory system and your lung system work well together, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're out of the woods with all your
Right.
potential
Individual vessels may
Right.
have some issues that are
Right.
not being
Right.
seen by the overall use of the system. If you all look at your scores,
What's your total score? Your total on the front.
64.
Okay, so you have an advantage since you're the lowest.
Well, I'm not the lowest. You may say that on
No,
camera.
you're the lowest.
You may say that on camera, but I am
Okay,
not the
Dr.
lowest.
Pete, who's the lowest?
so Harry's score was a 79, Maribel's was a 78,
Well, you can tell they put it together.
Yeah. He prepares the meals.
Dave's was a 75,
Beautiful.
and Greg came in at a 64.
What was Joe's? Morris's?
78?
You were 78?
Yes.
Way to go, brother.
78.
Failure.
So
Good.
one of the things that we look
The
at,
thing is, you have the ability at 64 to move the needle.
it's a percentage of improvement.
Correct. I got it.
It's not the actual grade.
You get your,
Thanks for helping me.
you can get your $20 back.
Never get the 20 then.
I love it.
So our next step is to compile all of this information into a binder, and then we'll be setting up individual times where we'll go over all the points.